this very toxic dynamic that I believe all stems from, Jen's inability to like properly raise a child.
I personally think that as a society, we need to step up and continue to bring awareness to the injustice in these poor children's lives who are raised into the social media industry. Because if we don't, situations like Danielle Cohn's are going to continue to happen, and children all across the world will only continue to get all over the internet. By now, it's no surprise that Danielle Cohn's photos are all across the internet. And you know what they say, once you put something out on the internet, it stays forever. I mean, aside from Danielle Cohn's mom literally using her daughter to sexualize her all over the media, that's not the only problem that arises from this horrible, never-ending situation. We now know that a little over a year ago, Danielle Cohn's dad came out with her birth certificate, proving she would now be 15 years old. And ever since then, she's not only been posting a bunch of more provocative photos on her Instagram, videos on her YouTube, but now she is also on another platform where she's posting exclusive content that's obviously tailored to a group of old men sexualizing this poor 15-year-old girl. Nevertheless, Danielle's family seems to care less about allowing all of this as long as she's their cash cow and is providing money on the table, as y'all can recall from my previous video.
Yes, it is. We have rent due tomorrow.
Okay, you can't say that, because then that's literally saying that I pay the rent.
So the point is that not only is Danielle Cohn's whole life being taken advantage of, but y'all, stuff like this could potentially affect Danielle Cohn's future, her mental health when she finally grasps on to how her mom really had been exploiting her throughout her entire life, and not to mention, Danielle will probably have a hard time finding a job because of her internet history. We all know social media doesn't last forever, and if you go to Danielle Cohn's YouTube channel, you can already see that her views in her channel is basically dead. The sad part about all this is that Danielle Cohn's ex-manager, Michael Waste, actually recently spoke out along with Katie Tua, a close friend, who discussed how Danielle doesn't even have enough funds separated towards her future, and how her mom is completely taking advantage of the poor girl's life and taking all her money. Just the other day, Danielle Cohn's ex-manager, Michael Waste, uploaded a video titled "Mikey Tua's Mom Reveals the Dark Truth About Ex-Girlfriend Danielle Cohn."
The potential for damage here is great.
And
on a young psyche.
Completely consciously made a decision to do the things that she's done, and like has no idea what it's done to her daughter, which is really frightening.
Michael, do you think that Jennifer Archambault is trafficking her daughter Danielle Cohn?
Without a doubt. I'm confident that Jennifer is committing what I would consider trafficking.
Knowing the metrics, Katie, as you do in this world, what do you suppose Jennifer has made money-wise by exploiting Danielle?
Millions.
And how much of that money do you suppose has been set aside for Danielle's future?
I bet you not a lot.
As of recently, Danielle Cohn's photos have only been getting more explicit for her age, considering how she's promoting her quote-unquote OnlyFans type of platform, as well as how she's now posting photos of herself in lingerie all over her Instagram. You guys, this is so sad, and I can honestly feel why Danielle Cohn's dad came out about her age early on. Let's not forget, the girl is 15. If y'all watched my previous video, you would probably know why a lot of people by now are 100% convinced that Danielle Cohn's mom is the one who takes all of her Instagram photos, videos, and more. And just take a look at some of the comments under her recent series of photos where she's literally posing in lingerie. I wouldn't be surprised if this type of content is to tailor more people for her quote-unquote OnlyFans type of website so that she could make more money, since obviously that seems to be the end goal for her mom. Y'all, remember she is a minor before frothing over her. You're 15. Babe, you're cute, but this ain't it. 15-year-old posing on a bed in lingerie on social media? Softcore CP. Literally, what mom lets their child post like this? And the fact that y'all support her as a person instead of calling her out as a 15-year-old teenage child in lingerie is absurd to me. Sweetie, you're 15. Chill out. This isn't appropriate for someone your age. You're still a minor. A lot of people also have been having theories that Danielle Cohn's mom has been forcing her daughter to get a bunch of things like tattoos, piercings, and much more so that her daughter could appear older, since they claim that Danielle is 17. Which would obviously still make her a minor and make all of the situation behind her name super wrong, but it seems like she could care less. Since this is what she's recently been responding to a bunch of people over on her Instagram after getting a ton of criticism for being a horrible mom and how she isn't even ashamed of herself. So, Danielle Cohn and her mom have recently been traveling a lot recently, and a lot of people think that every time they travel, it's because they want to get away from the CPS, since they've been getting the CPS called on them a ton over the last year. One of the recent comments Danielle Cohn's mom ended up getting on her Instagram asked, "Family trip or avoiding CPS?" She responded back saying, "You guys need a life. That's the stupidest thing you guys always say. I have nothing to hide, so when they come to the house, I answer and do my investigation. Also, if someone was hiding, why would they put their location on?" She also made this comment saying how she's upset how people are basically raising awareness to the situation, and called out one specific page saying, "LOL, yeah, I am talking, sent one private investigator to a 25-year-old man others don't care about but my kid's safety. A grown 25-year-old man told everyone to report her snap and get it deleted. She worked hard for her followers." Wow, this girl clearly doesn't care about anything regarding the awareness people are bringing about her poor daughter, and all she seems to care about is her daughter's following. Sad. To be honest, if nothing is going on and they do their investigation and leave, they need to stay home. COVID is still a thing. This child needs to stay home and do schoolwork, and she's already been held back a year, and she's probably about 3 years behind her actual grade. That's right, Jen. People turn off locations when they're hiding things. Just like when you blocked off the location of the weather report the day before your trip and were so hush-hush in my DMs about moving. Why is she so defensive? She says we need to get a life, but half of her life is on the internet. So wouldn't it be everyone's business then? You really don't make sense, Jen. Guilty is what guilty does. That's what I never understood. They pay so much in rent and have a beautiful home, yet they're never there to enjoy it. Not to mention they had the other house in Florida too. Yeah, I wonder what CPS would do if they looked at your daughter's Instagram, and do they know about her website where people have to pay to look at the stuff that she basically posts on her Instagram? An underage girl basically have it for older men to see, and you are so proud of that, aren't you? Because it brings in money. Stop lying. Anyways, y'all, I definitely want to know what you guys think about this Danielle Cohn situation and how it's only getting worse. Also, what are your thoughts about people raising more awareness to this?